Hello. Today we'll be doing another deck review, but before we get started, I do want to remind everyone that we put out new deck reviews all the time, so be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you can follow along. Now, let's get to the cards. Today we'll be reviewing the Astrosoul Oracle deck by Maria Praena over at Studio Artemy. It's a 62 card Oracle deck. It does come in this nice, strong, lidded box. This box feels so strong and nice. I actually really like it. Definitely can store your cards safely in there. And as you see, it does come with a little blue book with all of your details inside. The cardstock itself, let me tell you about it. It's nice and thick. It's matte and smooth, and it's nice. It has a great feel to it. There is, you'll see that it's all navy blue kind of coloring. There are gold details on the card, front and back. Lots of glittery goodness, and all on the cards themselves, the front are all in gold, which is really nice and gives it like a luxe feeling. The back of the cards, as you see, let me give you a closer view there. It's just like, it's kind of like a stylized sort of starry sky, kind of like you're shooting through the stars. I mean, I love it. I think it's perfect, and that little bit of glitter is just what it needs to round it out. The edges are also blue, navy blue to match the deck, which is really cool. It's just blue all around. I love that. I thought it was a really nice little detail. It's almost as if you cut right into the middle of the deck, you'd expect it to like still be blue. It's just really cool. I love it. Inside of the box, let me show you that. That was neat. It says, as above, so below. Ain't that right? So let's just get started talking about the deck itself. This is an oracle, and it's based on astrology, so it pulls a lot of the little aspects that a layperson or even someone who is somewhat knowledgeable may not know about, which is really, that's neat. That's a nice little touch. I love that it has been applied to an oracle that you can use anytime, basically, so really neat. Only thing I will say about this deck, definitely use it with clean hands. Because it is a matte and it's all one color, water spots or oil, it's going to show up on these cards. So be careful. Just wash your hands before you use it and dry it very thoroughly. Now, my favorite thing about this deck is just how completely unique it is. It's good, it expands your knowledge, and it is useful at the same time. It's really cool. I've seen other astrology decks, but I hadn't really seen one this thorough. I almost want to say it's not just like the zodiacs or just having like, the houses or something. It has a bunch of different stuff in here. So let me show you the cards and you'll see what I'm talking about. Welcome back, and now I'll be showing you my 3 favorite cards out of the deck, which were Cancer, Lilith, and Void of Course. So let's start with the Cancer card. There we go. So the card shown here, you can see the symbol on the top left, which is the Cancer symbol, and on the top right, the ruling planet, which is the moon for Cancer, again in the top right corner. Lovely graphic of the Cancer constellation, and I had to start with this card since this is my sign. When I see this card, I think of all those Cancerian aspects that are very obvious to my personality. The feelings, the tendency to pick up on the emotions of those around you, and the crab that comes out when we're out of balance. Next, we'll have Lilith. There we go. Make sure you can see that there. In the book, it explains that Lilith is about the farthest spot the moon can reach from the earth, and it basically stays in darkness. So this represents that dark side of us, the part that we tend to hide. You see it says repressed desires right at the top of the card, and the little blue book does go into a lot more detail that I don't want to spoil here, but this card, it just jumped out at me. What does that say about me? And last but not least, we have Void of Course. So this is basically where the moon when it's in that small gap, when it's leaving one sign and entering the next. It's a time of limbo and a time where we have to really be on our toes and just know how to center ourselves as needed. This was added to the deck as a stretch goal in the original Kickstarter, and I'm so glad it made it to the deck. So the cost of this deck is $51.56 on the Astrosoul website. I will go ahead and link that there below. I have only had this for a few days now, but so far I am impressed. It's good quality, and I'm learning, which I always love when you have a deck that's actually teaching you something as well. That's it for today's deck review. So I would love to hear what you have to say. If you've used this deck, if you want this deck, if you have any questions about this deck, go ahead and drop me some comments there down below, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. And until next time.